So today we're going to be going over how to beat the Incursion 2.0 Mutant section. This setup worked best for me. I've seen a variation with Arc in the middle, but you really want Apocalypse in the middle because he tanks Vol and a few other people. So when you start this node, it's really important to have the big boy Apocalypse because you can start with the ultimate and you really got to get rid of Quicksilver as soon as you can. He's just so dangerous with the double attacks. I've seen people take out Dormammu, but I've had much better luck if I got rid of Quicksilver first. So we take him out immediately, and I try to land the ability block on Dormammu if possible. And you have these pesky rhinos, but the reason you got to keep Nemesis in and you need to keep Psylocke in is Psylocke gives you evades, and Nemesis is most of your damage. And I've always found that Arc's special is better, even in the Incursion 1 nodes, because the offense up really doubles your damage potential. And I'm not really sure the proper kill order. I find that you really should be targeting whoever has the lowest health because you really want to abuse that turn me to rewind with Archangel. So you really got to try to get rid of Emma if you can early. You don't want her getting her ultimate. And Vol's someone else who could be really dangerous if he gets his ultimate. But there's also two Sam Americas that if they got their ultimate, they would speed up the entire team. So again, if you can, get rid of Quicksilver, ability block Dormammu, try to get your offense up, and you got to take out whoever has the lowest health for the turn meter rewind. You also want to make sure you end all of these nodes, if possible, with full energy. Try to get the last hit with Archangel if you can. It'll generate more energy. And even with this team, sometimes I have a bad run on the boss node, but more times than not, I'm finding that I'm able to win with this setup. But you do need a very strong team. My Apocalypse is 95-17. And all of my deathseed is 90-17. There's a strong investment in them. And this node, you really can't target anything you want to. Rogue has her taunt. There's a shield security with his taunt. There's a Rhino who's going to get his taunt. There's a Weaver who's going to put the dodge out. So you don't really get to choose so much who you get to attack. But it's important to just, with this team, make sure you take out anyone you can. So Archangel just turned me to rewind. And you can't really target anyone except Rogue here if you have a big boy Apoc. And here I chose to use Nemesis Special. I could have used a basic too, but you got to remember when Weaver has her charges, you're going to miss everything. It would be a really big waste if you use the ultimate there. You should try to save it until Weaver's out of charges. Apocalypse doesn't miss, so that's why I attacked Weaver. And Weaver's out of charges. I use Dark Beast's ultimate here to flip abilities and land an ability block. And unfortunately, Security still gets his taunt up. I decided to go with Archangel Special again for the offense up. And you got to try to pick off anyone you can who's low. It doesn't really matter because the turn meter rewind is just so important for this team. Archangel right there gets a few kills and generates a lot of that energy back. And we're going to go right into the boss node. And ideally, try to finish every single node that you can with full energy if possible. It really does make a big difference, especially on these boss nodes. So when you start this, I chose to go with Archangel offense up. You got to be careful of Sam America getting his ultimate off. Speeding up that entire team could be really devastating. So you got to pick off whoever you can first. Apocalypse Special is AoE. Try to land an ability block on Sam America, but unfortunately he blocked it. If I had the ultimate, I would have used it there instead. And I'm going to land the ability block on Sam America because when that stun wears off, he will use his ultimate, then all of that team is going to get their turns off, and that's going to ruin your run immediately. Right there, you could see he got rid of his stun. I used Nemesis Special here to apply all of Archangel's positive buffs on my team. And again, you really should be picking off the weaker people. I should have went for Sam America, but it's all right because I do have a few turns. He bled out. We got the turn meter rewind. And now I have Apocalypse Ultimate. I'm going to use that. And I'm going to get rid of Beta Raid Bill here. If Beta Raid gets his ultimate off, that's so much damage. It could end your run. And on this second node, I chose to clone Bishop because he did have a taunt. But if you could get Morgan Le Fay, it would probably be a little better. But the taunt's really good to have. And that's because they're going to have to focus that Bishop on their turns, which is going to save your team. Psylocke's ultimate does turn meter rewind. You should use that on whoever is low you're about to take out, or whoever you're trying to work on, or whoever might possibly get their turn. And a lot of these attacks do AoE. You should be trying to focus people in the center. This way you hit everyone. You shouldn't be focusing that Morgan Le Fay. You should be focusing someone adjacent because you want to hit everyone and get everyone down as soon as you can. So Archangel does more turn meter rewind. And because Bishop had the taunt, you could see there Wong took him out instead of focusing on your team. And Nemesis right here, his ultimate does so much damage. The traumas, all of those bleeds. You know, that's basically fodder for Archangel to turn meter rewind and erase everyone. Unfortunately, Wong does have his taunt up though, but they'll all be taken out momentarily. You can see right there, two of them just procced off. And you have to focus the stuns, but if you were focusing the center with those AoE attacks, like I suggested, instead of someone on the end, you'll be able to take them out either with the bleeds or your team's AoE, such as Nemesis ult, or Apocalypse ult, or Psylocke Special, Dark Beast basic, Nemesis basic. You know, just you really want to try not to use the attacks on the ends. Try to focus anyone in the center if you could. So unfortunately, we have to keep focusing Wong because he does have that taunt. I would have ideally liked to take out Morgan Le Fay sooner than I did. But the whole team right now is bleeding out. Even if I don't attack these weaker characters, they're going to bleed out on their own turn. We're going to start focusing Morgan Le Fay. And again, you could see it hits adjacent. You don't want to just focus Morgan Le Fay alone. Archangel's going to kill things and generate energy. He's also going to do more turn meter rewind. So right here, you only have Morgan Le Fay left. She's blind. She can't hurt you. And there you have it. There's 1 minute left. And that's how we get through these mutant sections. Now, again, I'm going to go over my team really quick. This is not easy to do. You do need a very invested team. So let me go over my team real quick. As you can see, the entire team has most of the T4s. They're all blue ISO 5. They're all level 90, gear tier 17. That's because I unlocked Big Boy Apocalypse. And my actual Apocalypse is close to max. If I could max him, I would. I have been able to beat these nodes without Apocalypse using Magneto, but it's not as consistent. The basic method for that is you use Magneto's special instead of ultimate, and it's the same concept of working everyone down and abusing that turn meter rewind. But again, you're not going to have as much consistent wins. I found Apocalypse is a lot more reliable. Just Rhino getting his turn speed up on blind really cripples his ultimate.